speaking, and I want to start off with a very personal question that's going to wipe the smirk off a lot of people's faces because it's not a joke. How many of you were with your family member or loved one the moment they took their last breath as they lost their battle to cancer? Okay, number one, I am very sorry for your loss. As I told you, I was going to get serious very quick. Number two, I have a fantasy. It goes like this. Someday, some kid somewhere that I meet that I told you I was standing in the presence of greatness, that kid's going to be in a laboratory screwing around, going out for the pretend Nerf football catch, and you're going to bump beakers. Please close the doors on both sides. Thank you. That young person that spills the beakers that were never supposed to be mixed, we'll have a professor get up, come over, look at the spill, flake out, leave, come back with 5 professors. There's now 6. They're all staring at you. One says, do you have any idea what you did? And you're like, yeah, I ain't stupid, I bumped the beaker. And then they just keep staring at the spill, and they keep looking at you, and they go, no, you cured cancer. And they'll have this look on their face like, yeah, right. And they'll take a pipette, which I didn't know what that was until about 7 months ago, when my buddy from Ravenna High School, biology, Mark Ravenna, said, Coach, do you want a pipette? I'm like, Coach, we got a golden doodle. I don't need any more animals. He's like, it's not an animal, you knucklehead. It's a tool that they use in laboratories, and it's that little device you talk about sucking up the accidental spill. And I'm like, oh, heck yeah. And I have 2. So far, I've been smart enough to not break either one. But they're going to go to your spill. They're going to suck up some of that mistake. They're going to put it on a cancerous slide. And cancer's going to go away. And when that happens, if it's in my lifetime, I want to make sure you know that I told you you were not an accident, you were not a mistake. There was a purpose for your life. I've had kids come up to me after I'm finished doing an assembly and they go, Mr. Kohout, I can assure you I'm a mistake. I said, well, first of all, what's your name? And they tell me their name, and I'm like, how do you know? And then they say some things about what their parents told them, and I look at them and say, I don't want to get into an argument with your parents, but please remind yourself, the only reason you're here is because you're supposed to be. Someday, some kid somewhere is going to bump a beaker and cure cancer, by accident perhaps. When that happens, I'll be the first to say, I told you I was standing in the presence of what? So this morning, as we do my time together, the first question asked when I got the email, hey, would you like to come back? I said, absolutely. What are we talking about? And they said, well, we want you to, clicker's not clicking. We want you to talk about leadership. A message about how to lead, how to make good decisions when others are pursuing bad decisions. I said, that's easy. How many in this room would be honest this morning and say, if you could go back in time and erase at least one bad choice, you would? Okay, now, for the sake of time, and I say this respectfully, I would be putting up both arms, both legs, 100 times. Here's the regrets I don't have. Got to marry my high school sweetheart. Mrs. Kohout and I have been married since May 4th, 1985. We have 2 babies together. Neither of them would I ever want to change. Courtney will be soon to be 29. She lives in Miami, Florida. David Michael will be 27. He lives in Colorado. Those are not things I would change. I would, however, change how I tempered my personality with them. Courtney, Sue, and David, all 3 saw my secret temper. Rage is what I call it. Like when my son got sick and threw up in the kitchen, and at 2 in the morning I got mad and threw a kitchen table into a wall. Those things I wish I could go back and erase and have never done. But it's over now. This morning I get to introduce to you some thoughts about leadership and about decision making. It's this simple. If you introduce me to your circle of friends, I can tell you pretty much the outcome of your life. I know that because I had a circle of friends that was defining my life, and my friends said, Hootie, it's cool, and my parents said, no, it's not, and people who cared about me said, no, it's not. And one of my best friends since 3rd grade, John Sawyer, who in the senior year of Boardman said, Hootie, if you don't stop doing that, I'm not going to be your friend. And I gave John a certain hand gesture, which did not mean he was number 1. And found out about 17 years later, John was right. In this room this morning are kids on cell phones while I speak, wasting time with things that don't matter, and you're so distracted by so many voices that I want you to repeat this sentence with me, please. Wrong voices. Somebody finish it.
Wrong choices.
That's right. Every time. So, as we go into this piece and we talk about leadership, I'm going to do 5 elements of a relationship and we're going to go really fast. Read them out loud with me as soon as they pop up on the screen, please. Ready, set, go.
Love, trust, respect.
Pretty excited over here, huh? You going to get to play football there? Are you going to get to play football there?
I hope so.
Where would that be? He doesn't even know. He's like, I don't know. Keep going.
Understanding.
And the last one.
Forgiveness.
This morning I can't break those 5 words down just because of time, but what I can do is I can explain.
There's a lot of you out there
way.
today who are dealing with issues of self-worth. You don't feel very good about yourself simply because of the things you've been through, things that you've done, and the things that have been done to you. What if I offered you this $20 bill? Would you take it? Chances are you would. But before I give it to you, I got an offer of warning. Because while this $20 bill could be used for a lot of good, chances are it's seen a lot of bad. If this $20 bill could think and had a mind, it might have a bad conscience. Maybe it's been used to do drugs. Maybe it's been used to buy drugs. Maybe a drug deal went bad and somebody died over this. In fact, maybe it was used to fund a terrorist organization. Perhaps it's been used for impure things like the purchase of a prostitute. Any number of things could have been done with this $20 bill. Do you still want it? Of course you do, because no matter what's been done to it or with it, it's still worth 20 bucks. Maybe I can take it today and rip it and scar it and put marks on it that are just simply unfair and unsightly. You still want it? Of course you do. Because an authority higher than us gave it its value and nothing can take it away. Same with you. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you've done, you still have worth. It's built into you and you need to remember that. There are things that I wish I could go back in time and redo, undo, and just never do it all. But I can't, and even though I'm reminded every day by many folks, and even by my own conscience and heart, that I did them, I still have to remind myself that something with greater authority than me, and even bigger than my own actions, gave me a self-worth. I'm going to live by that. I'm going to choose to remind myself of that every day, and I hope you'll do the exact same thing. Want this $20? No, it's mine, because it's worth $20. And it's mine.
So what is self-worth? Somebody tell me. What you think of yourself, exactly. In 1981, I was graduating from Mormon with that GPA. And people always go, dear God, Kohout, you must have been really dumb. I'm like, oh, no. Very determined, not dumb. See, I started self-medicating, probably not as early as some of you have, since it's been around longer. But in the 7th grade, I started making some bad choices. By my senior year, to be quite honest with you, the only reason that girl in the back who's now my bride dated me was because she wanted to, quote, help me. Ladies, let me just give you a word of caution. You can't change people. How many broke their New Year's resolution already? Right. So, here's the deal. As a kid who was self-destructing, I'm going to beg you to believe me, your life is the sum total of your choice making. So what I did, I'm going to need help. Sue, I need you to click. On my keyboard is arrows at the bottom, okay? Go to the right one time just so you can get a feel for it. Thanks. Got it? Because this clicker's not working. So that's my GPA. People ask me why it was so low. It's very simple. My self-esteem, my self-worth was 0. So I acted out. Repeat this sentence with me, please. Hurting people? Hurting people. Hurt people.
Hurt people.
So I have a kid right now who's 27 years old. The young man that's shooting video for me this morning here is good friends with him. And Cameron is on his probably 15th round of going to a rehab center and or jail or prison. And if you were to have Cameron here today as a 16-year-old, and I said, Cameron, do you think drinking alcohol at your age is bad? He'd go, no, coach, it's kind of fun. Do you think getting high is bad? No, coach, it's kind of fun. Do you think doing that with those girls is cool? No, coach, I think it's pretty awesome. Okay, good. Well, young man, in a few years, you're going to regret that, and it's going to screw up your life. Do you believe me? No, coach, I don't believe you. And he didn't. And I told him that stuff. Not because I'm a buzzkill, but because I want to help protect you from you. And since I know a little bit more than you do about what it's like to go deep into bad choice making, Average age here is what? 15, 16, 17, right? I'm 54. I know that every time I make another choice that's not good, it's hurting me, not helping me. So let's go to the next slide, Sue, please. That book is proof positive I wasn't stupid, because I wrote it. Oh, after about 12 years of Kohout, you gotta write a book, Kohout, you gotta write a book. I used to tell people, as soon as I get my bangs back, I'll write a book. And then I flew to Oslo, Norway, and did some leadership training. And on the way back, the guy that was with me had wrote a book, and he handed me one. And I said, dude, I had no idea you wrote a book. He goes, yeah, it's not a very good one. And it wasn't. And it inspired me to believe that I might possibly be able to write a book. So I did. And when it came out, I didn't tell many people because I'm kind of embarrassed. People are like, why are you embarrassed? Because I'm not like Donald Trump telling you that I'm on the front cover of Time magazine 22 times. I don't want to brag about who I am or what I've done. I want to brag about you. So the reason I'm showing you my book is so you can understand, for the kid in this room, and there's more of you than not, who says, I can never, I always, I can't. I did. Because I didn't quit. Oh, I wanted to. And there were days I did, but I didn't stay stuck. Go ahead, next slide, please. One of my all-time favorite movies, Patch Adams. Patch Adams in this scene is coming to the door, knocking and asking if he may come in.
May I come in?
The old man's going to be sarcastic.
If you bend your medial collateral ligaments, place one talus in front of another, I don't see where you'd have a problem. Of course, if there were a news story covering this event, the headline might read, Small Brain Enters Room.
So the insults have been made,
Fingers.
and Patch
That's the
Adams,
answer.
Hunter Adams, isn't finishing
You're
it.
another one of those bright young fellows who will always know the right answer, huh?
Welcome to real life.
Welcome to real life.
Is the old man better or bitter? They're both in the psych ward. They're both in for different reasons. There's nothing that Hunter Adams can do to change this man's mind and open his heart, except he notices that his cup is leaking. So as he goes to patch the cup, the old man from a distance is watching. See, most of you love trust. The issue with trust is you don't know who to trust. In this case, there's a moment in time where he's either going to be nice to him again or mean. He's in.
How many do you see? There are 4 fingers out there. No. Look at me. You're focusing on the problem. If you focus on the problem, you can't see the solution. Never focus on the problem. Look at me. How many do you see? Look beyond the fingers. How many do you see?
8. 4 fingers become 8 because he changed his line of sight.
8. 8. Yes. 8's a good answer. You can see what no one else sees. See what everyone else chooses not to see. Out of fear, conformity, laziness. See the whole world anew each day. Now, 2 says you're well on the way. You didn't see something here besides crazy, bitter old man. You wouldn't have come in the first place.
It's the first time in this movie that man right there, that old man,
What do you see when you look at me, Hunter?
has helped anybody.
You fixed my cup. I'll see you around.
Comes his nickname.
Patch.
Go ahead, next slide. So I watched that movie in real time when it first came to the theaters. Didn't want that yet, but that's all right. And I was bawling my eyes out. My wife's looking at me going, it's a comedy. It's got Robin Williams. You love Robin Williams. What's the problem? And I said, I already get the gist of this movie. I didn't know it was a true story. I didn't know that Robin Williams was playing a real character by the name of Hunter Adams. I didn't know that Hunter Adams had actually put himself in a psych ward. And I didn't know that Hunter Adams checked himself out of the psych ward and went and enrolled in medical school and became a doctor. All because of the experiences that he had at the psych ward. But as I watched the movie, what became very evident to me was this. I don't fit in. And some of you know exactly what I mean. Or we're trying desperately to fit in. But see, as a leader, one thing you need to understand is that leaders lead, they don't follow. So this following role that you're trying to play right now, it's very hard for you. You don't feel at peace. You've lost a little bit of your hope, your joy. It's because you're a born leader. Not born in the sense you came out of mama's body and you went, oh, I'm a leader. No, no, there's a gift you have. How many have the gift of ticking people off without even trying? Yeah, I have that gift. I went to St. Charles at Bourbon, Ohio. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I went to Brooklyn High School, or Brooklyn Grade School, Brookridge they called it. So kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade we moved to Youngstown, and I went to private school. For the first year at St. Charles, I didn't know that nuns had legs. Most of you don't even know what a nun is, but the old timers, those nuns had nothing but face and hands. And in the fourth grade, I'm like, hey, she's got legs. But I knew I had that gift to tick people off because in the sixth grade, I had a nun swear at me, and you're not supposed to be able to, quote, make a nun swear. And the reason some of the adults are laughing is because, dude, that's the truth. You can't make a nun swear. They're like, next to God, the best thing ever. And she yelled at me and swore, and I said, hey, you can't say that. She goes, I just did. And I'm like, that gift I have can be a liability or an asset. So the pieces that man told Robin Williams, Hunter Adams, was, see what no one else sees. Now, I want you to very quickly, because we have a few seconds to do it, take your hand, take your arm that has a hand on it. I did this in Kentucky, and it was holding up a stump. So the arm that has a hand attached to it, I want you to take your arm, fully extend it, and put it in front of yourself. And now I want you to look through your fingers at something. For example, I'm looking at the exit sign up on the wall there. I'm looking through my fingers at the exit sign. And you see how you start to get more fingers? Yes or no?
Yes.
Go to the next slide. See what everyone else chooses not to see out of fear, conformity, and laziness. Here's what I think about your generation. I think greatness is inside you. I think I got a future potential beaker bumper in my midst. And I've got a generation of kids who has more apathy than ever, which means you don't care. Like I'm speaking right now, and we have to have adults shooing you. That's what happened when you were in second grade. You're in high school. You're just a couple of years away from graduating high school and getting a real boy and real girl job. And the way you'll get hired is to be respectful. Love, trust, respect. The third word. The fourth word in my piece is understanding. Most of you will not know me well enough to understand me. But I tried very hard to get people to understand me. So when they say, well, what's your end game, Kohout? Why do you speak to kids? I mean, you're like 112 years old. Why do you want to talk to kids? It's very simple. Just need one. One leader. One beaker bumper. One kid who today or tonight or tomorrow says, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. One leader who says, I'm not treating them like that anymore. I grew up in a home, thank God, that wasn't racial. So I never even heard some of the racial words that get used in language until I started hanging out with my friends. They started calling people those racial terms. When David Michael was just a little boy, he came home one day, he goes, Dad, what's up? And I went, where did you hear that word? And he said, Mr. So-and-so. And I have a personality, ready, fire, aim, and my wife knows that. So she grabbed me, she goes, you're not going anywhere. I said, oh no, I have to go have a conversation with my neighbor right now. She goes, no you don't, you need to sit down and think about what you're going to say. I'm like, I already know. She goes, no, you need to think about what you're going to say. So I sat there for about 10 minutes. I said, okay, can I go now? And she let me go. And I walked over, and there were 3 retired men sitting in a little kumbaya circle. They do it every day. And I said, one of you 3 used a racial term in front of my son. And I hate the word so much I'm not repeating it. But you know what it had to do with? Who did it? And 2 grown men in their late 70s all pointed at the same guy. And I said, Mr. So-and-so, did you really say that in front of my little boy? And he goes, yeah, what's the problem? I said, let me explain what the problem is. I will be your worst nightmare as a neighbor if you ever disrespect my children or my wife again. But if you don't respect the respect that we're trying to teach within our family, then we'll have nothing to do with you. And he stared at me. I said, are we cool? He goes, yeah. How many years ago was that? David's 27. That's 20 plus years ago. Every Christmas we get a card with money in it. I'm like, man, you don't have to do this. We know we don't have to do it. We love you guys. I had to set a boundary. The saying is, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. The last piece. How do I wake up every morning? 20 after 4 I woke up today. I laid there for a few minutes hoping to God I'd fall back asleep. I did not. And then something came to my mind. I had to write somebody an email this morning. I didn't apologize, but what I basically said was, we are at very opposite ends of a disagreement. I would like to meet with you and your husband as soon as I get back on the 20th of March and have a discussion about this and see if we can make this right. I won't check my email and see if they responded until I'm finished here with my third assembly, because if they tell me to go jump in a lake, it's going to make me very mad, and that's going to affect how I speak to you today. But when something comes to your mind and you know I need to do this, you should. And for me, the reason I can wake up each day and have a good attitude is because I know I've done the very best I can, and I don't have regrets. Go ahead, next slide, please. Law of the lid says that if you put fleas in a jar, go ahead, click, they'll jump out. Next slide. If you put the jar's lid on, the fleas can't get out. If you leave the lid on that jar for a few days, most of the fleas will die. The few that don't, go ahead, won't jump anymore. How many remember this video from last year? Because I did show it. What happens to the fleas after 3 days that don't jump out? Anybody remember? They have babies. And we're not going to watch that part. You're going to watch a spirit break. Adults, because there's a few of you in the room, I want to encourage you today. These are our monkeys. This is our circus. It's not what we signed up for. You kids could drive anybody crazy. Yes or no? Look at them smiling like, well, it's that gift you have, Mr. Kohout. So, teacher, adult in the room. There's not enough money to do what we do. We do it because we know it works. And we don't quit. Even though we've got students who've quit on themselves, we don't quit on you. And I can tell you, a handful or less people who didn't quit on being a Kohout. Most did. My math teacher, after I graduated Boardman, saw me out speaking, and she goes, what do you talk about? I said, Mrs. Rafferty, I talk about what a knucklehead I was in my 4 years at Boardman, that I never learned to multiply or divide, and how hard you tried to help me, and how hard I fought you. And I begged kids not to do that. And she gave me the nicest hug. She goes, I'm so proud of you. I said, I'm just happy to be alive. Go ahead and show them can't, never, always. Those are lid words. Here's non-lifting words. These are words that will pick up that lid, take it off. I can, I will, and I won't quit. A few months ago, I started using this video because it shows what I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Training fleas requires a glass jar with a lid. The fleas are placed inside the jar, and the lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behavior is now set for the rest of their lives.
Not just lid, jar's gone.
And when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
Look at the caption at the end. Escape the circus and live beyond the limits of the what? How many here drive? How many are in driver's ed right now? I won't embarrass you, I'll just tell, I won't ask. The first time I got in our car to drive with the driver's ed teacher, he said, I want you to get on the freeway. And I'm like, okay. And I got on the freeway. And I'm on 680, I don't know most, you probably don't know, that's a freeway in Youngstown. And the speed limit was 55. And I'm going 40. And he said, you need to speed up. And I'm like, oh no, we're good. And he said, no, seriously, you need to go the speed limit or you could get a ticket. I'm like, no, this is fine. And he said, I'm not kidding, go faster. I'm like, oh dear God. And I was white knuckling it with both hands at 10 and 2, just praying. I hadn't prayed in a long time. God, please help me. I was terrified. Now, my joke is, when I die and go to heaven, two things are going to happen. One, I will look exactly like Cousin It. And most people have no idea who I'm even talking about anymore. But he's an actual character from the show, The Addams Family. And the dude has hair all the way around and he goes down the floor. Number one. Two, I will be Speed Racer in heaven. I will have a Mach 5. I will be able to drive around. And look at only adult guys are going, dude, Mach 5 is awesome. Yes. So once I got comfortable driving, something happened. There was a switch that flipped. And all of a sudden, speed was my friend, and I didn't care, because I was invincible. And I'm going to tell you, thank God I've never been in a serious car accident, but the way I drive, have driven, let's put it that way, I should have been. What's the point? Once I got comfortable, I moved the line. Do you understand? Once I got comfortable, I moved the line. Young ladies with the phones. Right here. She's like got two phones in her hands right now. Hi. Do me a favor. Because I'm ADHD, please put them away. Because if you're distracting me, $100 says you got to be distracting someone around you. And if they're my future beaker bumper, I don't want them to miss this. Okay? Every time we move the line, it's called compromise. And every time we make a compromise that goes against our value system, we get harder. That's why me just having to address something like that gets the room talking like, dude, who does he think he is? I know exactly who I am. I'm a fat little balding guy from Bourbon, Ohio who got the Mary's high school sweetheart. I have 32 years under my belt with the same chick. Most of you have no commitment to someone for more than what you can get. And what I've discovered in leadership is if you want something, don't be a leader. Because leadership is always about serving and giving out. When I go to Tennessee this Sunday and I speak inside a rodeo pit, which I don't know what that is, but they tell me it'll all be dirt, and I stand in front of hundreds of kids and I speak, I'm not in my comfort zone, okay? One, I'm wearing boots that I still have from high school, and thank God they fit, so I'm gonna bring them. But two, I'm not there to talk about rodeo stuff. I've ridden 2 horses in my life. One tried to kill me. The son of a gun's name was Major. I'll never forget it because I'm on this horse getting ready to start riding with the group we're with, and this horse is acting weird. And I said, hey, mister, this horse is acting weird. He goes, Major gets temperamental. What does that mean, right? Like, I'm going to throw a hoof or something. So I'm sitting there, and he starts doing something. I said, hey, what's this? And he goes, jump! Jump! And I jumped off the horse, and the son of a gun was trying to roll me, which I find out later is deadly. The second time I experienced with a horse was walking at a Camp Fitch, and the son of a gun stepped on my foot. Have you ever had your foot stepped on by a horse? Because it is not cool. And I realized something. I don't like horses. And yet I'm going to go to a rodeo this Sunday and talk to kids. I'm not talking about horses. I'm talking about who they'll be after the rodeo, after high school. Go ahead, next slide, please. So, for those of you who know what this is, please tell the rest of the audience, what is it? Yeah, man, it's a cow. Now, this is cool for me because most people go, well, when you say you're standing in the presence of, I don't get that. And my explanation is very simple. In the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're not going to be the same person you are right now. So, I'm going to make this very simple because of time. I'll draw out the eye with a laser, okay? So I'll show you one eye, right here. There's an eye. This is why I'm not a brain surgeon. There's one eye. And there's the other eye. How many see it now? Because some still don't. All right, let's do the nose. There's the nose. There's the nostril for the nose. So we have eye, nose, ear, face. I did that. Face. Now, most of you will graduate whatever school you go to, and you'll look back later and go, that teacher really liked me. That teacher really cared. Yes, why did you think they didn't? Because they were always yelling at me. How many are in athletics? Because only you'll understand this. Maybe speech too, but how many have a coach that yells a lot? More hands went up. By the way, some coaches just like to yell, but do you ever have that one coach that's so intense on you that you think they're picking on you? Yeah. Listen, Sometimes a good coach or a teacher or a parent sees something and they're not giving up on you and they're not letting you settle for average. What's average? Best of the worst, worst of the best. I don't want to be good, I want to be great. Hence why I say I'm standing in the presence of
Greatness.
So, how many see the cow now? Because you all still don't. I like when adults don't because they get panicked like, walk away. LD. Currently in education, LD stands for Learning Disabled or Learning Disability. Yes? Future leader. I want you to change that. I want you to go to school, college. I want you to respectfully put up your hand the first time someone tries to put that garbage in your head and say, Sir, ma'am, back in 2017, this dude came to our school, that we were at that day. He said LD should mean learning different. And you know, he used a visual of a cow that I didn't see. He said he didn't see it for 2.5 hours. I did not. 2.5 hours, I'm holding a piece of paper upside down to a leg because there has to be a trick. And finally I saw it. And he said, telling a kid they have a disability or that they're disabled puts a lid on their life. Telling a kid they learn different, that's okay, right? How many would agree with that? LD should stand for what someday? So, as we finish up, go ahead, Sue, click, please. More of you see it now that it's not traced, but you still all don't see it. That does not make you dumb. That makes you just process information differently. How many here are good with math? Because it's not all of you, right? How many are great with writing? I mean, you can write for hours, yes? Good, because you have me on both points. I can't write, and I can't do math. But I have my gifts, and you have yours. Go ahead, next slide, please. Keep going. So we finish up this morning. I need my sound person in the back. You're fine. Yep. There's one little lever over to the right. Yep, pull it down just a hair.
The computer on?
Sorry? That's good. Yeah, perfect. I met this kid, his name is Christopher Sutton. I met him in the 7th grade at a YMCA sleepover. You can bring it down even more if you feel so gutsy. Thank you. He was with 300 other kids. I don't even know, it's a huge room. I had to facilitate that night. I didn't know him. So I laid down the law as I was asked to do by the Y. Guys, 3rd floor, none of us are allowed up there. Cool? Yep. Okay, ladies, you stay out of the boys' locker room, and gentlemen, well, this is back in the day when you were allowed to still say that, and you stay out of their restroom. As soon as I said that, Chris got up and he took off running, and he runs into the girls' locker room. I'm like, really? Whose kid is that? And an adult put their hand up. I said, has he got a hearing issue? Because if he does, I can't be giving this kid a hard time. He goes, no, man. If you tell him up, he goes down. If you tell him right, he goes left. I'm like, oh, one of them. And then I remembered me. And I remembered some of the things I did in grade school that made adults so angry. Not only did they swear, they lost their minds. We made an 8th grade teacher have a nervous breakdown, and I'm not proud of that. I'm ashamed of it now. Charles Manson had just gone to prison back in the 70s. And this woman was trying to discipline us by putting us in a chair out in the hallway, and we would just stare at her. We wouldn't blink for minutes. And she'd keep looking, and finally she'd go, stop staring! Oh, we had her. Now we're just totally all the time walking by and not even blinking. That poor soul went from the 8th grade to the 3rd grade kids after that first year because of us knuckleheads. And people go, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a super great idea. Let's mess with someone's head so bad that they actually give up on their dream. That night, I yelled at that kid, I begged that kid, please, Chris, if you fall on that marble step, dude, you're going to split your head open. No! And he just ran all night. And when pancake breakfast came and Chris Sutton left, whose name I didn't know at that time, I'm like, good riddance. 3 weeks after I met that kid, some woman called my house and she introduced herself as one of the parents of a kid that was at our assembly, that sleepover. And she said, he said you yelled at him a lot. And I here it comes, I'm going to get yelled at by the mother. And she goes, we're at the hospital right now and my son's been diagnosed with cancer. And he asked for you. And I'm thinking, snap, lady, I don't even like your kid. Do I have to like you to love you, yes or no? Found out where they were, what part of the hospital, what room I went. And I began to build a relationship with a little boy I didn't know through his parents. In today's world, sadly, we're not allowed to hug kids anymore. That's why when I do in-services, I always tell the teachers and the little ones, hug them as much as you can. But in a room this big, you've hid so well that most people here would never know how broken you really are. How are you today? Good. How are you today? Great. We both lied. So my job is to just come into your life for 40-some minutes and drop some seeds. Tell you that I'm standing in the presence of. Tell you not an accident, not a mistake, there's a purpose for your life. Beg you to believe you might be the kid someday who accidentally grows up and actually bumps my future beaker bumpers. Because I need as many of you as I can. Chris Sutton beat cancer in the 7th grade. Came to school a few months later, bald. His best friend's walking up the sidewalk with him today. I know what Chris is bald. But Nick Rowe's bald, and Nick Rowe goes to Lowville schools, Chris goes to Boardman. So when they got close enough, I said, dude, what's with the dude? And Nick Rowe said, if my best friend's going to be bald, so am I. First question as we close this morning, how many of you would be grateful for a friend who would shave all their hair off so you wouldn't be the only bald kid going to this school? Because it's a trick question. Be that friend. For 3.5 years, Chris was cancer-free. And then he got brain cancer. He was a junior at Boardman. And when the tumor was discovered that it was inoperable, he picked that picture for his funeral cover on the bulletin that they handed out. He picked those words, no fears, no regrets, just a future with promise. Thank you for your time.